Now, I'm going to explain today about files. In real time, frequently you work with this. One is flat file, second one Excel file, third one database. But there are some other files, Excel file and raw file. What is the difference between flat file, Excel file, raw file and all? Flat file, user defined. We are the people created. It has column separate, either delimiter one or fixed length. Two. Flat files are delimiter fixed length. An Excel file, we are not defining the structure. Who will do that? System defined. Here no delimiter, nothing. Database, system defined structure. Fixed one, Excel file already completed. Next one, raw file, similar to flat file, like this flat file, but data in binary format. Which format? And one more, XML file. This is user structure. So system cannot understand. If you want to make it understand, you need to pass one more file called schema definition file. Which file? Schema definition. So to work with XML in IT industry, you need schema definition. Alone XML file is not at all suitable for any operation. That is what I mentioned, types of files. When you work with Excel, it is system structured file and extended with .xls or XLSX. An XML user structured file, and if you want to work with it immediately, you require schema definition, which explains XML. So your customer said, Babu, please work on the XML file. Immediately ask them, provide me schema definition also. So what do you mean by schema definition? Which describes the XML file content, how it is, and what kind of data we have. Table data, list data, matrix data, a table data also, how many rows, how many columns. The descriptive one is schema definition. We are going to work with all the scenarios. Now flat file, it's a normal text file. In a notepad or wordpad, you type something. Extension, anything, txt, dat, ramana, .vijay, .krishna, .mosam, anything, you can take it. But in real time, mostly you work with two types of file extensions. One is txt file, second one CSV file. Which file? CSV file. Comma, separate value file. The data separated with comma. Are you okay? Next, raw file. It is similar to flat file but binary content. What is JSON file? Java structure, object notation. So these are files we are going to deal with. Guys, concentrate. I'm typing a file, flat file, because more and more we work on flat files in the real time. First one, something, file name, party.src, date created, today's date, 2019, 01/26. Number of rows, something like 3. You have this. Now the column names, party ID, party name, party location. So what is party? I work with bank and insurance companies a lot. So that terminology I'm using here. Party, an individual can become a party for a bank or insurance company, or an organization can be called as a party for bank or insurance company. So Vinay, party to the bank. Vinay Tech House, party to the bank. So those details are party details. So party ID, 1, name, location, 2, name, location, file, save. Download the documents, save it. Party, data. If you can save with txt or ramana or krishna or anything, but I'm saying with CSV, comma separate value, because the data in comma, yes. But before you go for CSV, put here all files. What do you have to put? Sir, what if I don't mention all files? Now system will take extension like this, party underscore data dot CSV dot txt. it will add txt extension additionally. So put all files so that only this extension you will find it. Click save in the documents folder. Now, before you work with any file, this is your file, guys. Before you work with any file, try to know few things. The few things are 8 things. If you know 8 things about a file, then you can process it easily. Not in SSIS, Informatica, data stage, ab initio, any ETL process in the IT industry you want to do happily. 8 things you need to know. What is the first one? First one, path. In which server, in which folder, the file available, what is the extension. 4 things come under path. If any of this part is wrong, then the path is wrong. And what is the first name? Server. Second one, folder. Third one, file name. Last one, extension. 4 parts combination is path. Second one, first know the path, proper path of the file. Second one, auditing data. Do you have any audit data in the file? First 2 rows are auditing data. We don't consider as data. Auditing information helps you to recognize how many rows available, on which date processed, who processed, something like this. Next one, you need to know column positions. If you have columns, column positions. I have in the 3rd row, correct? Column headings. And coming to the next one, data. What type of data? Fixed length data or delimiter data. Delimiter means separated. And in this situation, we have delimiter data. If it is delimiter, again, 2 things you need to identify. What is a columns delimiter? Column delimiter is comma. Next, what is a row delimiter? Row delimiter is enter character. Once the row is completed, if you press enter, it comes to next. Press enter, it comes to next. So that is technically called as CRLF. Carriage written, line feeder forward. Carriage written, carriage written means line feeder forward means we join together them. New line first character. Got it? Simply. So this is 6th one. And 7th one, you need to know language and code page. Which language the content is in? Netherlands English, Indian English, UK English, Japanese English, which English? If you open an AC, a refrigerator, you will find English in multiple, English in multiple countries. Japanese English, Indian English, UK English, multiple. And our keyboards do not support Japanese English and Netherlands English, etc. And if you want system to be processed, the file happily, you must specify which file data you're passing. The characters code page, you need to pass it. And the last one is text to qualifier. The last one is text qualifier. What is text qualifier? How do you want to qualify the text? Double quotes or single quote? These come under text qualifiers. This come under. So how do you want to qualify the text? Double quote data, single quote data. That comes under text. Is this clear? Any questions? So total 8 things. Now right now I don't have any double quote data. So I don't have any double quote data. So earlier none, text qualifier none, but right now I have for this column, so text qualifier double quote. And go to this material, you will find all the stuff clearly. What is delimiter? What is fixed width? And working with flat file settings. Total how many settings required? Path, header information, column heading, delimiter, text to qualifier, country code page. Page number 56. Please see this. And what is the next one we have? CSV file. What is CSV file? It is comma separated column file. We created already. In which place? Documents. No, here only. Party data. Today 126, 1056 EM. It appearing like Excel. I opened a notepad and I saved with CSV, but appearing like Excel. So CSV files we operate in two ways. One is right click, open with Excel. Ready? So Excel data open. Second way, you can open a CSV file with notepad or any editor. So that is the point talking about. Comma separate value files and open with either Excel or flat files. Put note here, note. In SSIS, we process it through flat file source. How do we process? Flat file source. Shall we? And what is the next topic? Data loading and SSIS components. Okay. Before we move into this, something important, and you know very well, and many times I explain. One real-time flow I will show you. Sir, I will give you the checklist tomorrow. What are all you need to ensure before you move out of this institute? I'll give you checklist tomorrow. Now come to one real-time picture. This was my previous project flow. Customer data here. And this is ODS. So the flow is, these are OLTP systems. Data loading into which area? ODS area. And ODS data move to EDW. EDW data move to DW. DW data move to cubes. Correct? Data loading from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. And we use SSIS here. And to move data here, SSIS. And here also we use SSIS. Sir, how do we move? And whatever I explained, package we create. Multiple packages to load data. And here also we use multiple packages to load the data. Here also we use multiple packages to load the data. But how do we load it? Through package only, okay. But what type of loading? The data loading is two types. Two types of data loading in IT industry. One is, I'm talking about loading. From here to here, we don't do any operations. This is just a replica of source. So we perform a loading called direct load and fresh data load. We call it as truncate and load. Truncate and load. And from here to EDW, we do some operations. Some tables direct load, some tables incremental load. Even here to here, we perform some loading. direct load or incremental load? Which loading? Direct load or incremental load? So direct load, incremental load, direct load, incremental load. Are you okay? Any questions? So what do you mean by incremental load? Data already available in that table, you are going to add. But how many ways? Coming to in detail topic. So I'm giving since yesterday theory and less practical. Tomorrow, next class onwards, full practical. With the loadings, we will stop the session. Now let me explain the loadings. See, you can open all the diagrams here. Page number 44. Real-time data loading process. How many ways? One is direct load. Direct load in the sense, the OLTP data we move to ODS without any logic as this copy. Now that copy we use it for a warehousing process. And whatever you want to do, you need to do on the copy, not on the source system, not on the source system. So that could be either direct load or incremental load. Then what do you mean by incremental? Target will have some data and you will push some more data regularly. So that the data will be accumulated, data incremented in the target. So that kind of processing is called incremental loading. Incremental loading three ways. Only today's data you're loading, and today data is new records, or only new records loading into target. That is called direct incremental or delta load. Which load? Delta load or direct incremental. Second one, in today's data, some new records, some changed records of old available. Only that one you want to process. That is called slowly changing load. Which loading? Slowly changing. And one more. Today, in my data, in my source data, live data, some changes, some insertions, some removals. And the same thing I want in the target level, warehouse level. That comes under CDC, change data capturing. What do you call it? CDC change. So incremental loading three ways. Direct load, direct load, direct delta load. Second one, slowly changing load. Third one, CDC load. So wherever you go in IT industry, especially ETL process level, either fresh loading or incremental loading, either of the methods you will find it. But how do you want to implement that? Up to you. Through Informatica, data stage, or revenue issue. What components you take, that is different story. But process is fixed. Process fixed. Take IRCTC. Night 11:30 they will stop the process, and daily they perform incremental load to warehouse. Even ICICI Bank, any bank, and you are observing your detailed bank statement. The detailed bank statement is the indication of incremental load. Every day they will increment the data in their warehouse level. So without incremental load, you will not find any process in the real time. Incremental load only helps to maintain history, helps to analyze the data, helps to take business decisions. So incremental load is ultimate load. And how do we implement the incremental load and direct load in SSIS? What are the components helpful? We'll see in the next class. The next class is on Monday. But one important session I'm conducting tomorrow. If you are interested and you haven't attended, you can attend. The session is data model session. Data warehousing fundamental already completed. Now data model session pending, and tomorrow at 10 o'clock. What is dimension table? What is fact table? And what is star schema? What is snowflake schema? I'm going to explain. People who are all interested, please come for the session tomorrow. If you don't come also, no problem. I will send you the video. Please watch it. If you come, you'll understand betterly. If you don't come also, no problem. I'll share the video with you. Please watch tomorrow at your home. Either of them, that is compulsory. If you go for